take another couple of seconds to get started, okay? Okay, welcome. Welcome to our webinar of Smart Growth in Housing, Tech-Driven Strategies for Scaling and Efficiency. Yeah, okay. Okay, so good day to you. Now we're starting our webinar again, Smart Growth in Housing, right? Tech-driven strategies for scaling and efficiency. And let me introduce myself. My name is Kate Niechet. I am a market research analyst, and also I'm gonna one of our keynote speakers. I'm going to host this webinar with my dear colleague, Svetlana Slabitska. She's head of customer success at MaxBill. Okay, so I think we can start with my favorite quote. You may not be interested in strategy, but strategy is interested in you. So this webinar is all about strategies. And making it like simpler, our my dear colleague, senior product owner Oля Penkova, she thinks that it's all about fixing inefficiencies and building capacities for growth. Okay, so our agenda for today, let me walk you through our agenda. We will revisit or regard European Union directives, okay, that has a straightforward impact on the housing sector, on energy, utilities, and so on. We will actually discover what's going on in the field, what's changing on the ground, and then we'll proceed to tech-driven strategies to streamline work and scale up. And we'll find out the real-life story of MaxBill cooperation with one of our dear clients, and we will regard how they underwent this digital transformation and their tenant processes. And then we will proceed to Q&A. Okay. Before actually discovering and exploring tech-driven strategies, let me real quick walk you through who we are, what we're doing, what is MaxBill. MaxBill has been around for 3 decades, I think. We are already 29 years. And it's a solution designed to deliver CRM, billing, complex partner agreement management, invoicing, and reconciliation. So, and the areas or domains we have expertise in, it's energy, utilities, telcos, connectivity, and iGaming. So I think billing and CIS systems, customer information systems, right, has like been evolving as long as the market is. So we have the 5th generation of the product, and last year in 2024, MaxBill was recognized as a representative vendor in Gartner's market guide for utility. Okay, so we work with utility and energy providers. I know that a lot of representatives from these sectors, right, present here right now. Welcome. And also we work with housing associations, utility managing companies, councils, property management companies, private and small landlords. So, and our product is implemented globally across the globe. So always happy to cooperate. Okay, so before going down closely to strategies, let us revisit or maybe remind for certain what are European Union regulations in the housing sector. And here we see this very list of this whole list of regulations that have a straightforward impact on public housing and private housing, with some exceptions for private housing. So each of them have their peculiarities, obviously, but what do they have actually in common? So they promote use of smart technologies and automation to optimize energy use. They introduce metering and billing transparency in multi-tenant buildings and transparency on costs and bills in general. They encourage self-consumption of renewables and development of energy communities. They encourage communications with tenants about energy efficiency products that actually your business have. they push towards energy efficient properties. And another point that which is gaining traction in businesses, it's compliance with energy efficiency reporting requirements. In other words, meet ESG, energy, environment, social, and government. Okay, so and just, real quick to provide you with some examples. For example, Fit for 55 or emissions trading system, this regulation is actually has an impact on private landlords and property owners. So meaning that if you your carbon emissions at the highest level, more than it's allowed, you might be imposed with carbon pricing. Again, energy efficiency directive. So owners of multi-unit buildings must provide transparent energy bills. Speaking about ESG reporting, each of this regulation actually has this reporting implemented in this or that form. And in the context of energy performance of buildings directive, companies must report how buildings align with nearly zero energy buildings. In the context of energy efficiency directive, for example, housing providers must disclose energy audits, smart metering, renovation, what they do with renovation, right, in their reports. Okay, so, and what's going on in the field? What do we see at MaxBill? Of course, businesses keep delivering on core mission under market downturn and strict energy standards and reporting requirements. We see businesses generating and looking for additional income streams. For example, housing association, they rent out unused spaces, commercial spaces to find new revenue streams and to secure maybe funding, extra funding capacities, development capacities, okay? So, of course, we see enhanced tenant experience. It's not just about just tenant experience, it should be enhanced tenant experience with technologies, and on point also digital inclusion and how to organize those staff, especially for those who are not that tech savvy. We see mergers and acquisitions as a way to enhance financial and development capacity in the housing sector. So mergers actually is a way to grow for many, for example, build-to-rent companies, because you acquire a new portfolio, you go to other geos, you expand geographically, international, and so on. So this is the way to grow. We're going to talk about this later a little bit. So compliance is always on point, and it's gonna be this way. And board, they ask for strong ESG reporting course from businesses. Energy efficiency is at the heart of everything. And again, we see great value for money concept. So businesses still negotiate contracts to make their services as affordable as possible for their clients, for consumers and customers. And the last point is debts, bad debts, and actually indebtedness prevails more in the public sector, but in private there are still bad debts as well. So now we are getting closer to tech-driven strategies and what you can do today. And we're going to start from strategy number one. It's contract agility, scaling horizontally and vertically fast. What we mean by horizontally, and it's when the business wants to churn out or add new services to their portfolio, to maybe you've been given just all this whole range of utility services, and now you want to add new subscriptions, you want to add bandwidth. So yeah, you expand horizontally, and for this, to achieve this, you need contract agility, which makes the automated adjustment of contract variations, and so on. And speaking about growing vertically, you acquire new assets, new portfolio, you want to expand internationally. So you need to kind of, again, your contract management adjustments as well, handle it as well. And one of the things that also we see happening is change of jurisdiction. And so how it all happening? For example, a build-to-rent company goes to real estate investment trust because of tax advantages. So you need automated billing and CRM that works with your key pipeline, right? And operating models. And then you need it to serve your transition, meaning you need to have tax adjustments. And you want it to be quickly, you want it to be automated based on jurisdictional requirements, right? And maybe you need cross-border billing that serves this purpose. So this is how you grow internationally. So altogether, this should be the contract management that is enough agile, configurable, that allows you to grow horizontally and vertically. Okay, so strategy number 2, leveling up tenant experience with AI, predictive analytics, and virtual CSR. So self-service portals and apps are not new to the world. We know it. But self-service portals and apps can be as insightful as possible, as helpful as possible. And today, businesses go further. They add AI assistants that help tenants figure out their invoices. They explain the invoices, break down costs, break down energy consumption. So they help and to establish that level of communication that tenants need. We also see machine learning driven models that again level up tenant experience. In what way? They predict those contracts, those tenants that are at risk of falling in debt, and help businesses to not just prevent but also like figure out those policies, loyalty programs to prevent indebtedness and to make a customer happier or more loyal. We also see the introduction of virtual CSRs that are helpful not just for tenants, because they explain, again, in an app, for example, they explain invoice and any other inside that tenants weren't, but they also help like your team inside the organization, so that are behind the scenes helping the employees, right? So the employee, me for example, I'm just putting in some initial information that I need to answer that query, and here we go. Here I get the answer that I need to help that tenant. So it happens actually in a matter of clicks, of seconds, for me to, as a customer service representative, to find the right information for my client. And all of that is obviously back up with hyper automation, because tenant experience, tenants and in general customers, they do not compare utilities or or any other service with the same in this area. They compared experience with Amazon they have, with Netflix, this instant gratification. So they want things to be fast. And AI, machine learning, these are those tools that actually make it possible for utilities and tenant sector and housing sector. Okay, strategy number 3, debt management with 2 approaches: prevention and efficient debt recovery. Well, as simple as it is, prevention first, ML driven models allows you to flag contracts. We've actually a little bit mentioned it previously, right? So they help flag contracts that are likely to fall behind and help, but that's not it. That's not it. So they help with what if simulation to adjust your customer loyalty policies, programs, again, to prevent customer attrition, to prevent like unhappy customers in general, right? So then they allow personalized advice based on customer profile and usage. And the next part, of this formula is, right, of this approach, I would say, is efficient debt recovery. So debt recovery is more about creating those plans, restructuring debt, and creating like customer-friendly debt collection strategies for increasing bills. So housing officers can create multiple customizable workflows for managing debt. So they can be tailored to different schemes, customer segments, intervals based on specific business rules. And again, your customer can visit self-service portal and where a virtual CSR explains what the data is about. Maybe they should leverage some energy efficiency programs. So how to fix altogether indebtedness. Okay, and but at the end of the day, the company can have the report and financial reporting that reflects financial reality around debts and in general cash flow of your business. Okay, so and strategy number 4, making regulations are part of the plan. So we don't know when we want to cover all those processes that going on, right? When we fix inefficiencies, when we want to scale up, we don't want like compliance going somehow separately. We don't need fragmented systems, billing systems or customer information systems, and somehow compliance go. We want it to go hand by hand. We want this system, like if we go internationalism, we want automated tax adjustments and contract adjustments, right? So, and compliance should go hand by hand. It should be included. So that's why it's important to leverage we call it pro ESG billing systems, pro compliance, I would say, billing systems that help you adapt to changes wherever your business is. But it's not just about, charging, billing, or managing. It's also going extra mile with the client, meaning that such a system allows to report on net zero carbon operations specific for customer segments. For example, just your particular B2B customer. It allows to support audits with method and billing transparency. And we know that regulations, they require this kind of transparency. It allows to support the energy efficiency of portfolios. How? By recommending different pricing more options and support on purchase models. Speaking of, by the way, purchase models, AI quoting service. For example, you're about to negotiate your energy procurement contracts and you want to be more affordable, more beneficial for your business and for end customers. So, and this kind of service, AI quoting service, allows you to put in structured or unstructured data, whatever, from your contract, from your supplier. And then you have your breakdown of course, and by doing it with multiple offers from your suppliers, you can actually compare which one is beneficial, which one works best for you and for your end customer. Okay, so again, your systems that manage your customer base, multiple customer bases, and billing and revenue collection and stuff, it should be enough configurable to comply with regulations of where your business are. And we go into strategy number 5. And again, it's supporting tenants in the energy efficiency journey. Our customers, and I'm pretty sure you all will agree with that, they are becoming more eco-conscious. So, and they want to participate in this peer-to-peer trading, in energy consumption, energy provision. And across Europe, we have so many great examples of how it's happening. For example, in Denmark, they actively developing the demand flexibility market, allowing consumers to participate in balancing the network. So the billing system needs to keep up with those processes, right? And they need to the actual participants want their bills to be adjusted according to their contribution to balancing. And Netherlands, for example, they also promote energy efficiency and the use of renewables. And the billing system should keep track of green energy use and provide reports to tenants. Because if I'm sharing my energy, I need some, for example, in self-care portal, I want to see a report of how my energy was used, sold to whom, and how much should I pay for the energy from the grid, and how much should I pay for what I've generated, okay, and for my contribution, for my contribution. So yeah, and the billing system and the whole system needs to manage this kind of relationships. It's a mixed business model, right? And the point is, it shouldn't be a fragmented billing or customer information system, or there shouldn't be a list of systems that can serve, like you serve traditional business models with scarce electricity and other utility. And if you add, for example, DER, right, distributed energy resource, then this should be served with another system billing or customer information. No, it could be all harbored sort of under one umbrella and comprehensive configurable customer information system. That is quite possible, just because it's backed up with technology. And what else I would like to have this interesting case, when interesting case in a district level in Italy, utilities not just like sell insulation or substitution of windows or solar panels on the roof. They also support, in the meantime, simultaneously, the creation of energy communities with the residents. So what about this kind of relationship? Should we do it separately, or it can all go under one, under one system? So the answer is under one system. It's quite possible to do it. So that was the last strategy. And I think we are absolutely ready to regard the case of digital transformation of one of our dear clients, and how it actually has changed